I'm going to be speedrunning how Ryan Schrope has come into the space less than 2 years ago and is able to make $770,000 by selling info in the real estate space. One of the very interesting things about his case is that he's a micro creator with only 3,000 subscribers on YouTube and less than 5,000 subscribers on Instagram. So as always, we're going to be breaking down the exact revenue numbers based on actual data to know where that money's coming from. 2, breaking down the funnel to see what's currently working for him and how he's able to convert these people. And 3, practices that he can implement to 2x his business and essentially make millions from it. So that being said, let's dive straight into it. Now, in terms of the revenue breakdown, right? I found this paid group on School that you can see here. He's got an offer for $2,500 per year, which is interesting to see, as usually this is done on a monthly basis. And he offers course material with weekly calls as well as some done-for-you systems. So it's definitely on the lower side in the ticket price, but he's got 308 members signed up, right? Soon as you've been in for a year, this gets expired. So this allows us to know, doing some maths, that he's ranking in $770,000 in a year from this funnel alone. Now, this is an average of $64,000 that he's making every single month, and he's only started 2 years ago. Now, let's look at his funnel breakdown, right? Let's have a look how he's able to make those $700,000. First thing is first, we got the traffic sources. He utilizes Instagram and YouTube, with YouTube being the main driver in terms of how he's able to nurture people and build that relatability, right? And also authority in his niche, and then get him enrolled onto the next stages. As mentioned earlier, he's a micro account, right? And this is what makes it super interesting, because he started in less than 2 years ago and he's already able to almost make $1 million per year by selling info on his particular niche, right? So the thing that crushes for him on his YouTube channel is the long form educational videos, right? As you can see here, these last between 15 to 40 minutes long, and he speaks about particular topics to do with real estate and, right, how he's able to make money and all of the learning lessons. And as you can see, right, they don't particularly get a lot of views, right? These range in less than the 1,000 view range per video. Yet the people that do watch the videos and go to the very end can nurture, get value from this, and then are brought on to the next stage of the funnel. Now, the way he does it is he brings people onto a free group, right? And then with the goal of getting them onto the paid program, into the paid group on School. Both of these are hosted on School. However, right, we always hear of getting people onto a free nurturing content with the goal of providing them value and getting them come to the next. Typically, when they are implemented, the prospect already knows that they go into the free funnel, right, with the goal of being upsold into the later stages. The way Ryan is able to differentiate himself, and what he does a fantastic job in doing so, is his free community, right? You can see he's got 6,700 members in the free community. Now, he exceeds in the value that he provides to the prospects when they do join, right? And through this way, he's able to not only get people results, as we're going to cover in a second, right? People get so much value that they think this by itself could be a program that, you know, they should be paying thousands of dollars for because of the value that he has in there. And by also allowing them to get results for this, and also draw a fine line between the paid program, right? The paid group is essentially, as I put it here, the indirect natural progression, right? Once you pay for the paid mentorship, the program, you get some done-for-you systems that you can get in the free group, but which are openly spoken about, right? And you're informed of those segments and bits that you need to succeed in this niche, but you can get these done for you, and you can save all of the time if you pay for the next program. Also, there's of course stuff that he gatekeeps, right? So that it's still valuable to join the paid program and you get the calls, but regardless, he does a fantastic job at providing value. The other thing is that when people join, they don't feel like they're being hard sold to the next group, right? As you can see right here, there's only 2 spots where he actually provides the option to upgrade yourself, and that's one, as soon as you join the group, you see this link here, go full-time in real estate, and when you click on it, you've got the option to upgrade. But nowhere on the post are you directly hard sold to get onto the next stage. 2, the most valuable aspect of this free community is the classroom, right? As soon as you click on the classroom on school, you're hit with these 5 stages, right? And it's the course that becomes, and the content in here that's so valuable. But there's only one more section, which is at the very end of the 90-day roadmap, where you get the option to upgrade yourself as well, that we're going to cover in a second. And that's it, right? So by not making it sales, was pushing for the sale, that's what also allows this free community to do so well. In terms of the content, right, that's the next pillar in here. As soon as you join and you go onto the classroom, you see the section start here, right? So it's essentially a video of him on how to navigate and get the best results and the most out of being in this group. What he does a fantastic job in is that at every single stage, he has videos of himself. You can see the first video lasts 12 minutes long, right? And then when you click on to the next stage on start here, it says his particular journey of how he was able to get to financial freedom in 1 year. And all of these videos form as touch points to essentially nurture and create more relatability with the prospect. So, right, while being in the group, they learn about the authority that he has in the game, and then of course later down the road, when they start getting results, they see that as the next logical step to work with him on his higher inner circle programs. So that's the first thing, right? You're also provided with a personalized roadmap. These are the things that usually you don't get in the free community. But by him having this in here, this again provides an experience where he exceeds in the value that he gives out. And this is what people also, right, appreciate of him afterwards. Now, in terms of the course, again, this is in-depth material. You can see there's 3 different stages, right, that progress, and every single one, he's always got a video with additional resource material like these PDFs where he provides value. Now, these on average tend to last 10 minutes long, even though, right, this introduction video right here is 2 minutes long. And once you've seen all of the videos, you're brought onto your 90-day roadmap. This is where he's got 3 different videos. I believe they last between 10 to 20 minutes long, where he gives him a particular roadmap for the first 30 days of starting with the business, for the next second month, right, and then the 3rd month to start seeing results. And at the very end, this is the second and the only other point that I was speaking about, where he directly has a CTA to upgrade yourself, which is this video here, right? After you've got the roadmap, you consume the material, he essentially speaks about how you can do it yourself, and this is the road that he took when he got started, because he didn't, right, have an option to pay to fast track the results, and all of his setbacks and his journey, and also the option of being able to fast track the entire journey and work with him directly and the benefits that you get. And he does that again in the video form, right? These are, see them all as mini VSLs that indirectly sell the paid version, right? The paid group. So as soon as you click on the CTA, you're brought onto the group. And then another thing in the classroom is all of these success stories. Now, when you go into the success stories, these are all the people from the paid group that got results, right? And you can click on all of this, on all of the names, on all of their profiles on the school group, because they're going to be in the free group as well. And right, there's screenshots of the results they got. So not only does this show to the potential lead the results that you can get by joining the higher end program, but also if you really do want to reach out and can double check the facts, you can reach out to the person in the free group and speak to them about the experience. So by having tons of names, there was even more, right, than this, because I just took a screenshot. This is huge, right? And a huge blast in testimonials that builds more trust and gets people to want to take the next step, right, to the paid group. Now, in terms of the paid group, right, as soon as you click on this and you see the program, the way he's been so effective at converting people is by keeping things simple and having, right, as we said earlier, the perfect funnel in terms of providing the results in the free group, getting people out of the results as well, and this being the indirect next progression step for people to be part of. The beauty of this is that it's so simple, right? He essentially, the first thing you see when you get on is this VSL right here. This is a 13-minute video long, right? Like a typical VSL that you would see on a call funnel, just that he has it on his group. As opposed to the free group is as low friction as possible. It's essentially gets you to join, start getting results. But then when you do land on here, you see video, results, and then free pointers on the things that you get in this group. There's also a link in the description that gets you to a landing page just with results as well. And in terms of the VSL, right, he definitely nailed that as well. So this is just a breakdown of what he covers and why this mini VSL is so powerful when people land on the paid Gatekeep group. First thing is first, he speaks about all of the things that, right, you don't have to do to essentially succeed in the model, which are the biggest pain pointers of the prospect that they don't want to be doing. Like, for example, cold calling, or doing other methods like wholesaling, or having to invest all of your money in real estate without having an insurance, right, and putting a lot of risk up front. So he shows how with his method, you don't have to do that. Then he blasts through all of the testimonials and he gives examples on these, and then he speaks about the exact program content that you get. So like in the screenshot right here, he essentially goes through the classroom, speaks about all of the different phases and how this content differentiates the one in the free community, right? And he also shows stuff that no one else is doing apart from him in the game. So I'm sure for the ICP in his field, right, when they see this particular section right here, they're like, hey, this is really stuff that, you know, isn't being thrown around by other creators on YouTube or on their socials or in their course platforms, and this allows them to stick out. He then also shows a breakdown in terms of the calls that you get on a weekly basis and what they look like, right? And then lastly, he does a fantastic job at the last part of the video, where he essentially does objection handling right on the video, speaking about, right, any pointers on price, on time, and other programs. So this is, for example, with the price, right? He speaks about the fact that the contracts alone that he provides in the paid version, the CRM access, and also done for you website, and the funds that he allows you to get are more expensive than the program cost by itself without including the calls, right? So he makes it a no-brainer offer to essentially join just based on the value that you get. Then he also speaks about objection handling on the time, right, that you save when you're able to fast track the process, as well as if people already paid for another program and how this one is different. He also includes a guarantee, right, that people can get just to feel safe of taking this action to join, right? And also the ROI that they get, and at the very end, strong CTA for them to join. So by the end of it, right, this is how he's able to get people enrolled onto the program and also essentially make those $770,000 in a year. Now, what are the improvements he can make to essentially 2x his business? Because he's definitely nailed a lot of things that we can take, right, value from, inspiration from, like his free community, but there's also a lot of money being left on the table. Some of these things, right, in my opinion, is he should keep everything the same, right? From the traffic sources, the way he's able to nurture people to bring them to the free group. But then when it comes to the paid version is, right, the offer he's selling and the funnel that he's using to do so. I believe with a call funnel, like we've covered in other videos, he's able to convert people for offers that are priced at a much higher point. Because with all of the value he does provide, right, and how he's able to get people results in the game, and right, the results in the real estate space essentially allow people to make multi-10,000s of dollars in profits, he can afford to essentially get a program to be sold at $6,000, $500, right? So you get people from the free group onto landing page with a VSL similar to what he has in the paid group, with a form to financially qualify the prospects, right? And also keep them on their email list as an asset. But then with the goal of getting them booked into a call to speak on a discovery call to a prospect, right? And of course, they go through a booking confirmation page like we speak about, with the dialers speaking them on the phone and on text and email sequences to make sure that people show up onto the call. And then the whole goal in the discovery call is to see if they are a good fit, to essentially enroll them on the offer being priced at $6,500. Because by increasing, right, and tweaking this lever alone, these are the results he can, right, be looking at getting. Let's just say 20 people out of the 308 prospects or the 307 members, 30% of the people may not sign up, right? So there's 80 people that do still sign up. That will be still 245 members. So when we do some maths and we times that by $6,500, right, that's already $1.5 million and per year that he'd be making, and he'd be 2xing his business, right, by just making a simple tweak. The second thing is that we haven't considered other options, right? There's always going to be a certain segment of people that want to get, right, that closer proximity to work directly with him and learn from him, or get a closer done for you aspect. And so he can even come up with a much more high and exclusive ticket offer for $15,000, like David Joy is doing, right? I did break down on him in one of my previous videos. And David Joy is essentially making more than $5 million per year by selling $15,000 offers, and he's still able to sign up people through a very similar funnel, right? You can check out the video. And so there's a lot more money to be made by introducing an offer like this. But, right, with the initial one alone, he could be already 2xing his entire revenue that he's making. And this even allows for a bigger play. So these are the things I would suggest for him to implement. But again, this is how Ryan Schrope is making $770,000 per year, having started just 2 years ago.